Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be
Along
as
the
bright
tower
as
has
the
been
sun.
missing in Savannah.
And when you came along, and it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh, I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Where is Cody?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come on in. It is 12:30. You guys, we're going to get into the topic of the things that are similar in the Na'Ziyah Harris case, as there is other kids missing too. We're going to give it a little bit, maybe about 5 minutes. We're going to chitter-chatter for a little bit. It is March the 20th, 2025. We're trying to, I got some things to share. So I'm hoping everybody that is familiar with the Na'Ziyah Harris case come in, because there's something that is bothering me. Make sure you share. Make sure you like. Also, you got to like. Freddie's in the building. Yolanda's in the building. Hey, Yolanda, I'm glad you came in. Yolanda's in Woke the God was first in the building. She was like, hey, SP, I'm right here. Her and I were talking this morning, and we had been looking at this case. And so I wanted to share it, but now with the things that's been similar to the Na'Ziyah Harris case, it's time to share it, because there's something crazy going on in this world. But people are not listening. They're like, oh, you're boring. It's not drama. You're not cussing people out over here. So, that's okay. No, you know what? I think we are being duped just by what society want and expect out of us. And when we do the opposite, yeah, you're not going to be that popular. But truth is true. So I want you guys to buckle up. Let me share with you. If you didn't know, there is a young lady by Na'Ziyah Harris that came up missing January the 9th, 2024. Okay. I think it was January 2024. But there's another young lady named Janiyah that came up missing. I'm going to also tell you guys, I know you guys think I'm tripping, but there's another young lady named Na'Ziyah that is missing. So actually there's three. I was going to put the third one in there, but we haven't got a lot of information yet. So there will be another video out. We're going to respect and represent her too, and to looking for her. But I just want to share these two with you right now today of the similarities that we're seeing. And we got a video, and we're going to share what we know. Okay. Everybody in the chat is with me. Put a 1 in the chat. Let's get this rocking, you guys. We got to get this information out there, because this is, I mean, I don't think they're going by the name, but it's just weird to me that one child's name is Na'Ziyah, this child's name is Janiyah, and then there's another young lady, her name is Na'Ziyah, and they're all missing. Please share, because this is going to get crazy. Okay, so Na'Ziyah Harris came up missing January the 9th. And 2024. Now, this Janiyah, her last name is McMichael. She been missing since August 11, 2024. Now, that is not similar when she came up missing, but they actually, let me write down every time when there's something that's similar that made you guys or made us look at this case. Because like I said, we actually looked at this case back in somewhere around October of 2024. But the Na'Ziyah case was what we were already working on. So we hadn't had picked it up. So the first similarity I want to share with you, it's going to get deeper and deeper, you guys. But the first similarity to these two young ladies, they are the same age. So let's okay. First, let's say their name. Okay, their name rhymes. Their name is Na'Ziyah and Janiyah. So the name is somewhat of a similarity. Okay, they are of African American, heritage. So that is a similarity to their race. Okay. So that's 2. I'm writing these down. So, because if there's more like 15, this is just weird to me. And I don't think there's so many, when people be, oh, that's just a coincidence. Now, I know you guys saying, well, there's a lot of people names that are rhyme, and there's a lot of people that rhyme names that are saying race or whatever. I get that. I get that. She said, what the heck is going on? Na'Ziyah, Na'Ziyah. And the age is, 12, 13. They're coming up missing. One had a birthday in October. The other one had a birthday in September. So September and October, they are, in the later of the year. So their birthday is pretty much close to, in the same quarter. So their birthday is a similarity too. We're going to get really crazy with it. It's in the same quarter. So I'm going to write that down. Same quarter. I mean, I know what you guys are thinking, but trust me, it is going to get deep. It's going to get deep. Now, not only that, so that's 4. So number 5, now Na'Ziyah came up missing in the Michigan area, and Janiyah came up missing in the Chicago area. And if you know, Chicago and Michigan is really close to each other. They're in the same part of the United States. So they're not in the same state, but they're close, like driving distance. I mean, you can drive from Chicago to, or I think it's not even Chicago. I think it's somewhere in Indiana. It's in Indiana, but Indiana and Michigan is very close to each other. Okay, so they're in the same part of the region. Okay, so we're gonna put that down. So it's regional. Okay. Look at Diesel. Diesel done beat me up last night. I posted the video. I hope you guys seen it. Yeah, he beat me up last night because I told him I was going to eat a dog. I was hungry that I could eat a dog. And I got a big old egg on top of my forehead now because he wasn't playing. So let's, number 6. So now, one thing about the Janiyah case that has became transparent to us is that, well, the family said that Janiyah went to bed on August, the last time she was seen was August 11th, and when the family woke up, she was gone. One thing about her case that is different from Na'Ziyah is that some of her clothes was missing also. So I think they thought she was a runaway. But one thing about the Janiyah case and the Na'Ziyah case, they, and nobody asked this question. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? In the Na'Ziyah Harris case, nobody put out an Amber Alert for Na'Ziyah. And nobody's asking why there was not an Amber Alert for Na'Ziyah. That is the number one question. Why was there not an Amber Alert for Na'Ziyah? So on the Janiyah case, they put out a silver alert for Janiyah, and I thought a silver alert was for an older person. I'm not too much for sure, but let me Google it real quick. What is a silver alert? So a silver alert is a public emergency notification system used to find missing adults. So I don't know why they put out a silver alert for Janiyah when she's only but 13, especially seniors who may have dementia or other cognitive impairments, okay? So that's what a silver alert is, but they put out a silver alert for Janiyah, and no alert came for Na'Ziyah, okay? So that was something that is familiar also. Now, let me tell you a little about Janiyah McMichael that you guys don't know. First of all, she's been missing since August 11, 2024. Her age is 13 years of old, okay? She is 4 feet and 3 inches tall. She weighs 110 pounds. So Na'Ziyah and Janiyah is pretty much the same size as far as tall. They're the same size, okay? I'm going to put down size number 6. Number 7, she weighs 110 pounds. They weigh pretty much the same weight, you guys, the same weight. They came up missing in the same year. Let's put that down. That's number 8. They came missing in the same year, 2024, missing same year, okay? Okay. Now, when Janiyah came up missing, she was wearing some black pajamas, a black hoodie, sweatshirt. Let me repeat myself. She came missing with a black hoodie. The last thing she was wearing was a black hoodie, sweatshirt, and not only that, okay, that's something, that's number 9. See, it's starting to get crazy, right? I told you guys, black hoodie, okay? The last thing she was wearing was a black hoodie sweatshirt. Now, in the Na'Ziyah case, they found a black hoodie sweatshirt, right? Okay, number 10. Number 10 is going to be a bang. I said if there's 15 things that's similar, you guys, we needed to start looking into this case. The 10th thing that I need to tell you that, like I said, it's starting to get weirder. The shoes that Janiyah was wearing was black and red shoes. Okay? Her shoes were black and red. It kind of makes you think, hold on. Didn't they find some black and red shoes on the Na'Ziyah case? See, okay. But they said that, okay, they didn't check for DNA, but they checked on the black hoodie and said, oh, it was Na'Ziyah's DNA. I'm starting to think now, hold on, I'm starting to think that maybe they found these things and they were not Na'Ziyah stuff, they were Janiyah stuff, and they are, because let me see, these, I'm just saying. Anyway, hey Sanjay, how you doing? Somebody came in the chat. You wasn't even here, and they were speaking to you. I was just letting you know. I don't know who that was, but they were speaking to you. They was like, hey, they came in here and they was like, hey. I was like, oh. I was like, how is that? But it happened. So anyway, you guys, back to what I was saying. So those are 10 things that is a problem. The 11th thing that we have a problem, there is they suspect foul play. Okay, so number 11, they suspect foul play. Number 12 is that it is said that I think it was the aunt's boyfriend is someone that the family suspect touched Janiyah. Janiyah's aunt's boyfriend, the family suspect he touched Janiyah. Okay, so they're aunt's boyfriend in both cases is like, is that a coincidence that the aunt boyfriend touched Janiyah? Okay, let's say the aunt's boyfriend is a suspect just in the public's eye. Aunt's boyfriend. And also another person that they're suspecting is, I guess, is some uncle or grandfather or something. I don't know. And I'm looking at Eric Gamble as being the grandfather to Na'Ziyah. And okay, he's suspicious to us. So yeah. So I'm going to put that down as number 13. The grandfather. I mean, it's suspicious in both cases. I want to share some with you because they've been searching for this young lady, but they even went and got a search warrant for the family's house. They didn't find anything, but it was said that there's a video, and hopefully we can get it. I don't know where it is. Woke the God got to see it. I didn't get to see it. But nevertheless, I haven't got to see it. But they said that the mother, I think it's the mother's girlfriend. So she's in an alternative. The mom is in an alternative relationship or whatever you want to call it. And they jumped on Janiyah for saying she been touched. I'm gonna share this video with you guys of they saying that the grandmother is so lost without this her grandchild, and but the mother was on somebody's podcast that was I think she was on Facebook, and she spoke. So we're going to share that today. Let me find it. Let me share it with you guys. And I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. Okay, here we go. We just going to look at the whole thing. Okay, hold on.
I received a call that Dave and Buster's some type of machine was on fire, so they had to end the celebration. You may know him as May May.
Yeah.
He did take them out for Janiah's birthday. I received a call that Dave and Buster's some type of machine was on fire, so they had to end the celebration. Fast forward, when Janiah did finally come out and tell us, hey, because I had a conversation with Janiah, just me and her, and I was letting her know because I had seen some changes in my child. And I'm like, if something's going on, if you're sexual, my thing was, I thought she was sexually active willingly. If you're sexually active, talk to me so we can get you on the right things to take you to where you need to be.
Okay.
No, Mom, I'm not sexually active. Janiah, you can tell me what's going on with you. No trouble behind it. You won't be on punishment. You're a teenager. You're a preteen. Let me know. She cried and said it was Jay Sean. Jay Sean is my sister Unique's well, he's not the boyfriend anymore, but the father of her child.
Okay.
She said he touched me. So then I asked her to go into detail. The detail she gave me was just crazy.
Okay.
She was penetrated.
Okay.
It was on more than one occasion. It started happening after my father passed away. It started happening at the home of my mom. She went to tell me that whenever my sister and her boyfriend got into an argument, he took it out on her.
Okay.
Deja was not home. Deja was with her, quote unquote, wannabe godmother, Jasmine Sneed, in Tennessee for the summer.
I know
they asked for her for the summer, so I allowed her to go for the summer. A new environment. It's the summertime. Go ahead. When Deja came home, Deja actually came home the same day that that same night that Janiah revealed the rape to us.
And so if we can just back up, I just want to make sure everybody understand the order in which this is occurring. Did this allegedly occur on Janiah's birthday or right around around her birthday?
No. It was, the rape started before her birthday. My father passed October 5th.
Okay.
2 years ago.
Okay.
And that's when I let Janiah stay with my mom because that's her first grandchild. This is her favorite grandchild. This is the grandchild who I would say was on a pedestal opposed to the other children. So cool. She can go over there and agree with you and help you through your process.
Okay.
That's when everything started happening. She said that when my mom will go visit my brother, which at the time he was in Wisconsin in prison, and not all of them went because I believe because of COVID, it was only allowed 2 people at a time. So the only 2 people who went was Unique and my mom. Janiah stayed back at my mom's house, and Jay Sean was there watching his son, which is Jay Sean Jr.
Okay.
That's when the rape started. Then Janiah went into detail to saying that he was doing it whenever him and Unique were mad at each other. He was mad at Unique. He would take it out on her.
Okay.
So when she told me this, I instantly, again, let me go back. It was just me and Janiyah having this conversation.
Okay.
When she revealed this to me, I called Kiara Bates, which is my girlfriend. I called her downstairs to inform her on what was being said. And I didn't know how to process this because of the fact I've never been in this situation to one of my children was telling me that they're being touched.
Okay.
So I just wanted to let her know and her mom know and ask them, what steps do I take? What am I supposed to do with this information that I was just handed? I knew, call the police. I was told, call the police. So when I called the police, it was an African American police officer who came to at the time we were living with Kiara's mom. The police officer came to Yolanda's house, and I gave him Jay Sean's name. I gave him the report, and he stated to me, do you know his birthday? Do you know the address? No, I don't know, but I know first, middle, and last name.
Okay.
He types it in the system, and he goes on to tell me, oh, well, you know, this is not the first allegation against Jay Sean about this exact same situation. I made my report. Come to find out, he was also doing this to his other nieces, which are his brother Corey's daughters. Not just one of his daughters, but three of his daughters.
Okay.
That he shares with one woman who lives in Indianapolis. So they're telling me how my girls, Janiyah at the time was telling me how they would have conversations, that all the nieces would have conversations about what was going on. They were telling me about how he would have a movie night with just the girls in his bed and the boys on the floor. And that Olivia was saying, well, why are the girls having movie night in the bed and what's going on? Oh, well, these are the ones who are being good, is what Jay Sean said. So then Deja comes home later on that night. Jasmine Sneed and Thomas Sneed dropped her off to Miss Yolanda's house.
Okay.
Deja had no idea that Janiyah had came out and said this, but I did pull her to the side in the kitchen, and I asked her, I said, so has anybody ever touched you in the spots that you're not supposed to be touched? She hesitated. And then she said no. So I'm like, listen, we're here to protect you, and I will listen to anything you have to say, and actions will be taken. Has anything happened to you? She started crying. She said, Mom, Jay Sean did X, Y, and Z. I won't go into detail.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But he did not penetrate Deja as to where Janiyah was penetrated. So you know what I did? I called the police again to make another police report because this is a whole nother child. So
is there any way you can, could you, or just off the record, like, show any kind of proof of the police reports you filed in the past against him? Like,
let me tell you this. I never went up there to get the actual paper police report, but I am willing to go up there to get the police report so I can send you proof that I did make this report. After I made this report, I was told by police officers to take my children to St. John in Dyer because I guess this is something that they specialize in. Appointments are quickly.
Right.
Crown Point or Dyer, St. John, but that's the hospital, and I can go get those records as well. So I made my way there. I took my girls there. They were examined. It was told to me by the examiners that my girls were, Janiyah was raped, and what Deja is saying is true. That's when CPS got involved again. And they had their own interview with CPS. When we were at the CPS building, the CPS workers told me, your girls are very brave. The stories that they have given have been consistent. There's no inconsistency. it's been same details since day one. That's when they gave me a detective's name, a detective's number. Me and the detective were in contact. The detective met me at the Special Victims Unit in Crown Point.
Yeah.
Because one of Kiara's family members did take me down there to take the girls. We were there for hours. They were interviewed on camera, and all examinations were done. They also told me my girls have been through this, and they are brave for speaking out. What didn't go all the way was the fact that the detective needed me to go down to the station. Again, at the time, I did not have a car. I was working assistant manager on call. So I had no way to get there. And I had nobody to keep the other children while I went there. Me and that detective played phone tag for a very long time, up until I got no response.
Okay.
So it was like that was just there.
Okay.
Then Darnell Compton, Maine, I allowed the 6 kids that we have together to go with him on visits every weekend, every other weekend. I have a letter that he was supposed to write, but he had his sister write, stating that, hey, I have these kids from this date to this date. I'm responsible for anything that happens to them. Well, unbeknownst to me, he allowed my mom to see them. Me and my mom weren't speaking at the time, because when let me go back.
No.
After I made those police reports, I called my mom.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is what happened. This is what Janiyah told me. She was on speakerphone. I was sitting with Janiyah. I was sitting with Kiara. And the first thing my mom said was, oh, get her a lie detector test. She's not telling the truth. Which kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because my mom is a rape victim.
Okay.
Which is the family dynamics, the family past is a little weird, dysfunctional, all of that. I didn't come from the best. My mom was molested by her stepfather, and the crazy thing is that same father that she was molested by is my godfather.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that was swept under the rug. There was no reports made. Her mom didn't make her, it was none of the right things done. So that was swept under the rug, and he became my godfather, not only my step-grandfather, but my godfather.
Oh, wow.
And I feel like she was trying to sweep what happened to my daughter under the rug. Years prior, I was a rape victim at a birthday party of one of my friends who was like a cousin to the family. My mom didn't believe it. That was swept under the rug. So I tried to break the cycle. So when my daughter told me it, I tried to take the right steps necessary to get the help for her. When she told me that she didn't believe it, I was just like, whoa, it happened to you. How do you not believe this? When I called my sister Unique after I got off the phone with my mom, her first thing was, where you at? I'm on my way. I'm finna beat the fuck out of Janiyah.
Oh, really?
This is my child. Who are you gonna come beat the fuck out of? If you're pulling up for me and not her, because I'm gonna defend her in any way possible. She never pulled up. We argued for weeks and weeks and weeks. And again, when I talked to the detective and I couldn't get down there to make the statement on camera, it just like we play phone tag until he no longer answered. Me and my sister and my mom stopped talking. Like I said, I did allow Dad to get the kids for visits on the weekend, but Janiyah was not included with going with them.
Okay.
On those visits, he did allow my mom to see them. Deja stated to me that, hey, we were at Nana's house and Jay Sean came. Nana made me hide in the bathroom while he was there. I never contacted my mom. I never said, did this happen? I went off of what my child said, and I stopped all connections. Period. I didn't deal with my family, and it's not because of Kiara. It's not because Kiara's mom nor her family. It was because of my child told me that you allowed her to be in the same facility as this man who raped her, who molested her, and made her hide in the bathroom. So guess what? No, you cannot see my kids. No, you cannot talk to me.
What month? What do you know? What month? This was 2024, correct? Do you know what month this happened? Where you just had to cut everything off, like you're saying?
I don't remember the exact months, the
Okay.
exact dates. It was about 2 years ago. I can tell you that. Maybe like a year and some months, but it was I don't remember the dates.
Oh, okay. Where you when you learned this was 2 years ago, okay? Because I'm going back to 2024, thinking that maybe this happened within the past.
No, honey. I'm taking you back to the very beginning as to what transpired to all of this.
Okay.
So, they tell me this. I cut my mom and them off. I stopped dealing with family, and I'm just in my own zone, trying to be there for my kids, raise my kids the right way. My mom continued to call. She continued to text. I continued to ignore. I'm standing 10 toes behind the ones that I birthed. And she was not okay with that. She didn't like that. So you know what she started doing? Calling CPS.
Okay. Okay, you guys. So you guys got to see and hear. This is the mother of Janiyah talking. Exactly. It seems so identical. It's like a certain profile is being followed to the T. Same with Na'Ziyah. They finding out about SA 2 years prior. Exactly. We stopped at number 12, you guys. Oh no, number 14, where the grandmother had the child at some time. Okay. She also said that the grandmother was raped when she was younger, which, Na'Ziyah's grandmother had some issues and had a child at the age of 13. You can't say she was in a full-blown relationship. She didn't know what she was doing, and she had children, which she bore Anthony. And then she also said the mother said something happened to her. She was raped at a birthday party. So, something happened at a birthday party on the Na'Ziyah's side of the family. And the sister wanted to come, and her sister wanted to come and jump on Janiyah because Janiyah was lying. Now, there's a video out there. I haven't seen it, you guys. I haven't seen it, but I guess there's a video of what this young lady was wearing, the black hoodie, sweatshirt, and some black and red shoes. And I guess it was on the day prior to her disappearance that they were dragging this girl out the house and hitting on her, beating on her. But I wanted to share something else with you guys before I get off of here. Let me bring it up and see if we could share it. Let me see what it is here. Let's see. Image. It's not an image. It could be in a video. No, it's not in a video. Let me see. Let me see here. Share the screen. Uh, no, that's not it. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Let's see if you guys can see it. Okay. So I will read it. I will read it because I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it or can you just see me? Okay, let me go ahead and read it for you guys. Let's see here. I'm sharing my screen with you. Okay, this is missing Janiyah Michael. She missing since August 11, 2024, Gary, Indiana. So age is 13 years of age. She's a female. Update on the case of October the 5th, 2024. The safety and well-being of our children, the most vulnerable member of our community, is our highest priority. The city of Gary is deeply concerned about the case involving a missing teen, Janiyah McMichael, a 13-year-old girl who was reported missing on August 11, 2024. Once the original report was made, the Gary Police Department began to work proactively to partner with the Federal Bureau of Investigation as well as the Department of Child Services to investigate this case and all reported tips and leads. Additionally, GPD, that's the Gary Police Department, in active community with the family members of Janiyah McMichael, who has assisted in the investigation. The Gary Police sought out the Indiana State Police that approves alerts involving children, and on September the 5th, I think that's close to Na'Ziyah's birthday. I think her birthday is like the September the 4th or whatever. A civil alert was released for Janiyah. Furthermore, the Gary Police Department is collaborating with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, ensuring that the investigation adheres to the best practices. Okay, so I think what happened was when people thought that Janiyah was on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, they thought they had misprinted and put down Janiyah instead of Zaniyah, and it was a whole different child. They was not talking about Na'Ziyah. They was talking about this child here named Na'Ziyah. And that's why everybody was like, she was on National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And it wasn't. It was Janiyah. So this is an active and ongoing investigation. This investigation has led Gary detectives to ensure a court-approved search warrant, which was executed today in partnership with the FBI. To preserve the integrity of this case, the Gary Police Department is limited to additional details that can be shared publicly. So for some reason, the FBI believes that the family, the mama's girlfriend, has something to do with this child disappearance. They has not done anything of this nature with Na'Ziyah. Now, they did go into the house and they did have a search warrant at Annette Harris' house, but they did not publicly come out and say the FBI was involved in partnership with the Michigan Police Department. Okay. The Gary Police Department wishes to address the significant misinformation circulating on social media regarding the current case. We strongly urge the public to refrain from sharing unvetted information, as this can severely impede the ongoing investigation. Our actions to date has been aimed at ensuring compliance with the law, and preserving the integrity of the investigation. We encourage the public to exercise due caution if solicit for donations for individuals or vigilante groups claiming involvement with the police department or family. If anyone has information concerning the disappearance of Janiyah McMichael, please use the following official channels. Okay. So they actually telling people, you guys, to not give money to family or anybody thinking that you're going to help the family or the police department find this young lady named Janiyah. Let's see what else we have. Let me see. We had something else. Let me see if we can find that. No. Okay. Let's share this and let's see here.
Even though 14-year-old Janiyah McMichael has been missing for nearly 9 months, her family still holds out hope that she will be found alive. This is despite investigators recently saying they believe that she is the target of foul play.
It's very hard because Janiyah was like one of my own children instead of my granddaughter.
A still hopeful Dalia Guerrero prays for the best but braces for the worst as investigators searching for her missing 14-year-old granddaughter, Janiyah McMichael, say she may have vanished under sinister circumstances.
Of course, we wanted her alive, but if we don't, we need to lay her to rest as she deserves.
The teen, whose 14th birthday was yesterday, was reported missing by her mother on August 12th of last year from their Gary, Indiana home. Janiyah was last seen wearing black pajama pants, a black hooded sweatshirt, and red and black shoes. Authorities have searched the home where the girl lived. While the FBI says Janiyah has known ties to both Gary and East Chicago, Indiana,
it was very unlike Janiyah to be gone for so long. And so it wasn't a shock to find out that foul play could be possible in this case.
Last night, family and friends, along with the community, gathered to celebrate Janiyah with a balloon release where her biological father vowed never to stop looking for his daughter.
It's been incredibly hard, especially with her birthday just being yesterday. I haven't spent a holiday, a birthday, nothing with my daughter.
Federal investigators and the city of Gary have put up a total reward of $20,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for Janiyah's disappearance.
But if somebody is holding her, just let her go.
The public's being asked that if you have any information about this missing teen to call the Gary Police Department or the FBI. Federal investigators and the city of Gary have put up a total reward of $20,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for Janiyah's disappearance.
But if somebody is holding her, just let her go.
The public's being asked that if you have any information about this missing teen to call the Gary Police Department or the FBI.
Nothing with my daughter.
Federal investigators and the city.
My daughter.
Federal investigators.
A holiday, a birthday, nothing with my daughter.
Federal investigators and the city.
I haven't spent a holiday, a birthday, nothing with my daughter.
Federal investigators and the city of Gary have put up a total reward of $20,000 for information.
Okay, I had to go back over there because I was trying to get the father's name. Hold on. What's going on here? So anyway, they are both beautiful people. Yes, they are. So I just wanted you guys to know that so the sister of the mother wanted to beat up Janiyah. And then there was the biological father that wasn't in her life has came out. I guess his name is Antonio Rogers. He's out there, I mean, I'm going to say this, you guys. I don't know how many things are similar in the case. The kid's name is almost the same, their race, their age. They birthed in the same quarter of the same year. The regional area is the same. They're about the same size, the same weight. Missing in the same year, 2024. Black hoodie, same black and red shoes, foul play. The aunt's boyfriend, the grandfather, the grandmother. The grandmother was raped. The birthday party where the mother was raped. The sister's boyfriend want to jump on. I'm literally, you cannot tell me. I'm just sitting here going, God, it looks like we're talking about Na'Ziyah. We're not even talking about Janiyah. We're talking about Na'Ziyah. There's there's going to be different names like Shannon and the sister Sierra and the sister. But did you hear the mother say the one person's name was Desire? And remember when the grandmother Annette was on the stage, not on the stage, on the stand, she called Na'Ziyah Desire. And nobody caught it. And I was like, did she just call this child Desire? She didn't call her Janiyah. She called her Desire. I don't know what's going on here. It's just so weird to me. It really is. It's weird. I'm not understanding it. I can't make this up. I'm not even going to try to understand it right now. We are definitely trying to get more information on Janiyah. Let me see what else we found on Janiyah. Let me look. Because it's a lot that comes up. Let's see here. 3 weeks ago. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Because you guys can't hear it. I can hear it, but you guys can't hear it. So let me.
Year-old Na'Ziyah McMichael. The FBI and the city of Gary, Indiana are offering the money to anyone who has information that leads to the arrest and conviction of anyone responsible for her disappearance. Janiyah's mother reported her missing from their home in the 1900 block of Malcolm X Boulevard in Gary. This was August 12th of last year. In October, the FBI conducted a raid at that home. Investigators say Janiyah may be the victim of foul play. Tips can be submitted anonymously to the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI or online at tips.fbi.gov.
So they're looking for tips in the Janiyah case, you guys. So we will be talking about Janiyah and also keeping learning what happened to Janiyah. I guess there's a young lady named Jasmine McMichael She was seen wearing the shoes that's identical to those that Janiyah took with her when she allegedly supposed to have ran away. You guys, you can't even make this stuff up. Let me just put this right here. And oh yeah. And let me share with you one other thing, because we've got 17, 18 things. 2022 is when all this stuff started. So the 19th thing that I wanted to say, that you guys, that Janiyah is allegedly supposed to be pregnant. I'm just telling you guys. Now, I do know that when a child comes up missing, especially in their teenager ages or whatever years, to make the police more vigilant as far as getting this child or looking for the child, we know the words that you use is very important. Now, to say the child was pregnant, they're saying Janiyah was pregnant also. I'm just telling y'all. So that's number 19. She allegedly supposed to be pregnant too. Let's find one other thing that can take us to, and I hear that they wanted her to get rid of that baby. I don't know how true it is, but they're saying that she was pregnant. Okay? So, let me see. Let me see what this says.
This is a perfect segue, talking about a child that has been found, to talk about our missing segment tonight. Curtis, what do we got?
OP Nation, tonight, we need your help to find a missing Indiana teenager.
This is 2 months ago.
On August 11, 2024, 13-year-old Na'Ziyah McMichael vanished from her home in Gary, Indiana. A statewide silver alert was declared several weeks later, and police believe Na'Ziyah is in extreme danger and could require medical assistance. Joining us now to talk about this case is Natalie Wilson from the Black and Missing Foundation. Natalie, what's the latest on this case?
Hi, Curtis. As you mentioned, it has been 6 months now since Janiyah disappeared, and we are hoping that with this renewed awareness that someone will come forward with information that can help find and bring her home. You know, her family describes her as loving, outgoing, and really funny. So as you can imagine, they are devastated as to what has happened to her. Now, the FBI has joined the Gary Police Department with this investigation. A search warrant was executed at her home, and the Gary Police Department also indicated that she may be a victim of trafficking. Also, the Department of Child Services is continuing their investigation on this case.
Now, you spoke with Janiyah's grandmother, Dahlia, earlier this week.
Yes, we spoke with her grandmother, and the most difficult part is the unknown. They have no idea as to what happened to Janiyah, but they do have a message for Janiyah if she is listening. Please contact the Black and Missing Foundation or your family to just let them know, let us know that you are safe and that you are okay.
Now, let's take another close look at Na'Ziyah McMichael. She's a 13-year-old Black female with a medium complexion, 4'3" tall, and weighs 110 pounds. She has shoulder-length black hair and brown eyes. If you've seen Janiyah or have any information about her disappearance, please call the Black and Missing Foundation. Their number, 1-877-97-BAM-FI. That's 1-877-972-2634. Police wanted us to remind you that Janiyah may no longer be in the Gary, Indiana area, and at this point, she could be anywhere in the country. So please, if you know anything, let's make that call. She's only 13.
I hear the word trafficking and I got nauseous.
Yeah.
Please, if you know anything, make the call. All right.
Let me hear
The
this.
family of a Gary teen missing since August is calling on anyone with information to come forward as the FBI executes a search warrant on her home.
Courtney Spinelli has tonight's top story.
Earlier today, local and federal authorities executed a search warrant at the home where Na'Ziyah McMichael was reportedly last seen. Her grandmother says her family is worried sick, and they're asking anyone with information on her whereabouts to please come forward.
It's torn us apart inside.
For 55 days, Dahlia Guerrero says she's been searching for her granddaughter around the clock. 13-year-old Na'Ziyah McMichael was reported missing by her mother on August 11th, allegedly last seen at her home in the 1900 block of Malcolm X Drive.
Do I believe she ran away? No, I don't believe July ran away. She's not a street kid. She doesn't do stuff like this.
In an initial post in August, Gary police called Na'Ziyah a missing person / runaway, and city officials now say they are deeply concerned. The department says it asked Indiana State Police to approve a silver alert issued statewide on September 5th and is also working with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
I pray that, she's found soon. It's been too long.
Gary police say they reached out to the FBI and Department of Child Services right away, and that on Saturday, agents assisted in executing a search warrant at the girl's home. An FBI Indianapolis spokesperson says it was executed by the Gang Response Investigative Team, a task force in Northwest Indiana, though its efforts don't only focus on gangs.
It's just hard, and it's just so hard. I'm sorry. Just the not knowing where my granddaughter's at.
Guerrero says she hasn't seen her granddaughter since her birthday on April 28th, a day she cherishes deeply. She says her daughter, Janiyah's mother, has an estranged relationship with some family members, her included, but it hasn't impacted their tireless efforts to find her.
Her life matters.
Janiyah's family, who spoke with us, say they're in the dark about everything and don't know if investigators have any idea where she could be.
Janiyah is a very sweet, loving girl. Janiyah is very outspoken. Janiyah comes from a loving family.
Right now, Janiyah should be in 8th grade with her classmates, but where she is a mystery. Family says they've been helped by many people, strangers included, in the search for the missing teen.
Thank you for the prayers, for the public, for the law enforcement that's doing everything they're doing.
On Saturday, police addressed what they call significant misinformation on social media regarding the case, urging the public to share only vetted information so it doesn't get impeded. As investigators continue their search for Janiyah, her family is begging her, if she sees this, to please come home.
If anybody has Janiyah, please just let her go.
Gary police are urging people to use caution if they're approached asking for donations, and say people should be cautious if they're also approached by anyone claiming to be with a vigilante group involved in this investigation. Janiyah's grandmother tells me they are not asking for money and they have not set up an official fundraising effort for this. For now, reporting in Gary, Indiana, Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
Okay, so, and they've got pictures of this little girl. And she got 2 puff balls, just like Janiyah, you guys, on the side of her head. I'm just telling you guys. It could be, it's weird. So anyway, it's crazy. It's crazy. I wanted to share that with you guys. That's just part of the life. Anywho's. What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking? You guys got to tell me. So here we seen somebody put on here for Jasmine, the disappearance of Janiyah. Jasmine McMichael secret plan. We don't know.
I can't.
I don't know. We're going to dig deep into this case. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to dig into this case. Right. This is unbelievable. I don't know if I really, this is crazy that, the boyfriends, baby mama, auntie's kids, it's crazy. This doesn't make any sense. They're exactly. Let me see what you guys are saying. It is stopped. She said, let's dig. Do you think maybe the family hurt her? I will bring my shovel. Okay, so Indiana civil alert is for missing and endangered adults or children who are at high risk for mental impairment or disabilities. Yes. Yes, they both were pregnant. Yes. That's what they're saying. I don't know if that's true or not. If they both are pregnant. I don't even know if Na'Ziyah was really pregnant. People are saying, yeah, but I mean, you can tell me one thing, but okay, and you guys, that's what I wanted to say before on the Na'Ziyah case. Everybody says she's pregnant, but that y'all had the DNA. You could have said it in her DNA that the HCG, chemicals was in her bloodstream, but you didn't say that. So to just say she was pregnant is one thing. Just because you have a title doesn't mean you have a title to just tell me anything you want to tell me. I'm not saying she wasn't. I'm just saying I don't know if she was or she was not. I don't know if this girl, Janiyah, was pregnant. We do know that somebody was touching somebody. Again, they are other cases with such similarities. This is why I believe it's a hoax. There are other cases with such, but these two weigh in just weird. I don't believe neither one of them is a hoax. Pick a side says they're a hoax because you've got real people that are affected by this, and they're just not going to come and say, oh yeah, my granddaughter's missing or my daughter's missing and da 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 da. And you got people arguing and fussing, and I don't know. It's getting our attention, but I don't know why would it be a hoax. Tell me, pick a side. Pick a side and came in here and said that's why she believes it's a hoax. Why you believe it's a hoax? Just because the similarities? I don't know. So this child in Indiana has some mental health issues. I don't know. I seen a video with her. Her grandmother was I think, at her birthday party. And when the grandmother showed up, she stood up, walked over to her grandmother, and gave her this big old hug. She just loved her grandmother. You could tell she loved her grandmother. But why is all these kids coming up missing? I mean, it's almost seemed like, somebody is doing something. Now, I didn't do a lot of research on this other kid yet, but I'm just gonna say something real quick. Let me look and see what I can find real quick just by putting her name in the data thing. Her name is Na'Ziyah. I told you guys about, and it's spelled DYZAIAH. And her last name is Dukes, Dukes. Okay. And she's supposed to be Desire Dukes. Um, uh, I don't know if you guys see it. I don't see it. They keep going Isaiah Dukes. Osama, possession of a machine gun. No, that's not who I'm looking for. I'm looking for Desire. I got her picture. Let me go back to her picture to see if I got her. Let me see here. Missing person, last seen May the 16th. So January, February, March, April, May. So she was just missing a couple of days ago, 4 days ago. Yeah, her name is Desire Dukes. She's been missing 4 days ago, so we'll jump on that. So it's probably not too much going on with her yet. But yeah. You know. Anyway, she said Erica Kane. Cynthia says, wow. So anyway, you guys, let's just get ready. We had, let me see, we had, who said that? She said, let's dig. I think that was Yolanda. No, Emma. Emma said, let's dig. Let's get into it. Okay. So we're going to find out what we can, and we're going to start sharing that information, but we're always going to keep Na'Ziyah in our minds, in our presence, in our past, in our prayers, hoping to find, maybe somebody's out there getting all these girls, and we, I mean, shoot, I don't know. It's just weird to me. All of this is weird. I'm glad I don't have no Zayas in my family. I got a niece named Unique. Well, my daughter's name is actually supposed to be. Yeah, my daughter's actually name was supposed to be Unique. I'm glad we didn't name her that. But yeah, anyway. I just wanted to share these similarities with you guys, and the case that we're finna jump on, get in there. It's already been going on for a while. We're late, we're behind. But I mean, just the similarities alone is saying, hey, well, let's follow this one and see. Too many young girls are being abused. And you know what's so weird, Cynthia? That's the thing. People are now, when it's happening to their kid or their grandkid or someone they love, they sit back and then they say, well, I was raped. My mother was raped. Da 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 da. But before, you couldn't, you wouldn't even share this with your kids. You wouldn't let your kids know, these things could happen to you. Malaysia's middle name is unique. Oh, wow. That's weird. Because I got a niece and her name is Monique, and then I adopted the little one. Her name is Salise, but they want her middle name was Unique, and I changed her middle name from Unique to what was her middle name? Shalisha. I think her middle name is Unique. I think I gave her middle name Unique. Yeah. Yeah, I think we kept her middle name Unique. Anyway, you guys, we are at the end of time. Please mention Jonelle B from Penn Bluff, Arkansas, 7 days missing, sex traffic and endangered out of Pine Bluff. Marie is saying she's a mother, mentally challenged and endangered. Okay, so she's saying that young lady named Joy Nell B from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, 7 day missing, sex trafficked and endangered. Did not know. I'll write the name down and we'll try to follow up on that. Joy Nell B from, I got a lot of family members in Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff, boy, that's some really way back down south people. They still in the, out of time. Anyway, you guys, Joy Now, we will look into some of that and see what we can find, but we are going to dig deep in the Janiyah and Na'Ziyah case. I am finna get off of here, you guys. I've got some things I've got to do, and I will see you guys in the streets doing what we do, but make sure you be kind and be nice to each other. Bye.